friends, it's Nancy, and I'm working on my fabric journal. This one here that has the feed sack, reproduction feed sack fabrics. So I've made my inside pages, and I've just glued rickrack around it. I will be stitching around these two just to, give it a little more oomph. And I pulled out this embroidered linen. I got this at a yard sale, 2 weeks ago? It was priced for a quarter, but they were finishing up and everything was half price. I got some books. I think I only paid for the books. I don't think I paid for this. So what I've been doing is making little pockets. The sun is shining right in here, so I thought, oh, Nancy, turn on the camera so people can see how you do these pockets. So it had three identical three identical little baskets. Well, no, not identical, because this one's got the blue on this side and the purple on that side. And in between those three baskets are these three bows. So I've already made one pocket, and I've left the lace on the bottom so that if I use this on this page, I would probably, move it off to one side and let the lace overhang a bit. If I decide later I don't want the lace to overhang a bit, I can cut it off and glue this raw edge up. So I've got a couple pieces of brown paper bag from a grocery bag, and I'm just gonna flip this over. So I cut these 3x4 just because it's a pretty good size. There's not a lot of fabric here on the edges, but we'll make do. I'm just going to fold this in half because I want the fold to sort of follow this line down the center of the ribbon and the flowers, right? So I'm going to glue this up with my favorite glue stick. This is the Target brand. So I just have to bring this down a bit to make sure I have a little bit of fabric to turn over, so it's got a finished edge. Let's do this one. So this is sort of a heavier linen, and you would think it would be more difficult to manage. It's not. It's really not. And it doesn't really matter if I get glue everywhere. It'll dry. And this purple glue, it doesn't show. So I'm folding this in half and lining it up. Sort of there. These are going to be pockets for tall, skinny tags. If I was using a different linen, I might use long, narrow tags. That's fine too. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off the edges I don't need. And I'm giving it 3/8 of an inch. Not, I mean, 3/8 isn't going to work for everything, but it's a shame I can't use those. Okay. sometimes get questions about my quilting rulers. The Olfa brand, this one that has black lines, and it has dotted lines as well. I like them better than the Fiskars brand because the lines on here are really thick. I mean, I got this for next to nothing at a thrift store, so I certainly do use it, but my preference is the Olfa brand, so keep an eye out for that. And again, I'm just gonna put a little glue there. Fold this down. Here we go. Big plans this weekend? Nope, me neither. I took a long weekend. Yesterday we went out for breakfast, we went for a car ride, we went to visit family. We had a good day. And even had takeout for supper when we got home. Takeout chicken from Mary Brown. I love Mary Brown. I will never go back to KFC. Now that I know the magic that is Mary. Okay. So again, I'm just going to leave this lace on the bottom, and if I use it, I use it. If I don't, I can cut it off. Got glue all over my edge here. You'll probably notice when I'm folding over this edge, I kind of try to give it an extra bend at the corner so that it's kind of going in that direction so that when I fold over the next edge, it won't show. You won't have a big lump because it's underneath the finished edge. It's below the finished edge. You know what I mean. You see right here. So it's not going to show on the front. I don't feel bad cutting these up. I did not make them. I don't know who made them. So they're not treasures to me. These are old. They've got rust stains on them. I mean, what's more perfect than those rust stains, right? Nothing. Nothing is more perfect than those rust stains. And these are going to match really nice with the feed sack fabrics. I'm almost tempted to use these, but I've kind of committed myself to using the basket ones. Anyway, so front and back, and now I could just sew around these two edges and then stitch this to these 2 inches, stitch these 2 inches, and then it's a tuck spot. There's that paper stuck on there. How did I get paper stuck on there? Oh, there we go. That's better. But I think I will use it as a pocket as intended. And got these little bits of lace from the leftover triangles, and I'm just going to cut that off. So if I wanted to, I could, that's the wrong side, I could add a layer of lace across that top. I don't think I will. I had a little scrap of rickrack there. Oh, I made this tag this morning. Isn't it cute? It's from a book page covered in glue. I just did a little collage of some papers there and a little lace snippet folded over to make a tab. And it's got a couple layers of paper. So that'll be going into my journal. It'll be a tag that goes on the page for robins. And yeah, it's really coming together. I'm looking forward to some more ideas that I have. I saw a closure on, let me think here, Paper Daisy journals. So that's Kylie in Australia. I watched a video of hers the other day and I wrote down a note to myself to try her closure, so I think I'll be doing that. I'm not going to keep these. They can go in the trash. Gosh. Like this. This could make like a nice tab on a page. Maybe I'll keep those two. This one's not going to do anything for me. I'm going to put this in my my meatball box, and if I use them, I use them. If I don't, well, there you go. So I have 3 pockets from that piece of 3 identical pink ribbon ones and 3 basket ones. So if you've got old linen hanging around and you're not sure how to use it, cut it up. Cut it up, make some pockets, for crying out loud. And if you're worried about rough edges, now you know the trick of giving yourself a nice framed edge. This is because this is on the bias, that's why gluing to paper is so important. You wouldn't be able to just turn over that edge. It would just, ooh, it would do a real wow. Okay, I'm going to pause while I do a little bit of sewing. So I just stitched across the top. I used a longer stitch. It's about a 3, I guess. I'm going to pull these threads to the back. I also wanted to mention that I have no problem at all using vintage threads in my junk journals. Now, if I was going to sew myself some clothing, I wouldn't use vintage thread. I wouldn't take the chance that it would hold. The integrity of the thread might be limited. You know, age does terrible things to us sometimes. So I'm just pulling these threads to the back. As I said, and I had a cooler full of water, bottled water yesterday, and I wanted to drop it off at the encampment where a large number of homeless people are currently living. And I had left the plug of the cooler unplugged, and my trunk is full of water from melted ice. So Doug was with me. Okay. These I want to find where okay. So this will be the front, and I want where I had the Rick Rack meeting to be inside, just to sort of hide it a bit better. And this one. Okay. And that'll be the back cover. Using a little bit of Fabri-Tac. Anyway, so as I said, I had yesterday off. I had 9 days left over from 2021 that I hadn't used for vacation yet, so getting a long weekend this weekend and another long weekend next weekend. August 1st, so the Monday, is actually a stat holiday for us anyway. I'm not sure if that's true for all the provinces. It could be, maybe it's not, but for our province, it's a stat holiday. So I'm taking Friday off next week, so I'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. This week it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. I love how this looks. I'm absolutely tickled. Okay, I'm gonna sew again. Okay, so I've got this sewn. I'm just gonna, I went one stitch too far here. Okay. So I'm gonna pull the threads to the back. And tie a double knot. And because this will be glued down, I'm just going to take a piece of Scotch tape and position that over the threads so that I don't have to worry about them coming undone. There we go, front and back. Let's grab the journal. I can't glue these in yet. I have to put in the text block first. Get in there, you. So this will look something like that. And like that. So there you go. All right. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this little, well, I wouldn't say a tutorial, but a bit of a how-to. And it will encourage you to grab some linens and start adding them to your journals. Take care. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.